Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? Now a mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He's got no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude. But if you don't care a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig.
Greetings and welcome to to Music History or Jazz History Online. I'm very happy that you are joining us in our course. First, I wanted to take a moment and thank you all for your kind patience and understanding over the death of my mother. It's been a difficult road to navigate, but I and my family are coming to terms with the loss, and we are dealing with it as best we can. I'm also very grateful to each of you for all of your expressions of sympathy. It's times like this that are very comforting to be able to rely on human kindness. So thank you very much for your consideration, and again, thank you very much for your patience and understanding. So let's talk about our course. Essentially, this is a music theory course, a music history course, in which we will conduct a historical survey of American jazz music from its origins to the present day. We're going to be covering several different styles of jazz and therefore listening to interpretations of several different artists, such as Duke Ellington, Dizzy Gillespie, Ella Fitzgerald, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, and Louis Armstrong, and many, many others. So you're going to have the opportunity to be exposed to a lot of different types of jazz music. All of the materials are going to be presented to you on our online text, including much of the listening. So as you can see from our detailed course calendar, our course is divided into 14 different sections, each containing various classes which are dedicated to specific jazz topics. You will also note that each section ends with a quiz and that there are 4 written assignments interspersed throughout the course. All of these materials are, again, presented to you on our online text. So as you can see from our detailed course calendar, the material is divided into 8 sections and 22 classes. It's important for us to understand, though, that our course is taking place in a concentrated 7-week semester. So we don't have the luxury of the traditional 16-week semester. We got to get this done in 7 weeks, and that is a short amount of time indeed, especially since this first week is sort of chaotic with everyone scrambling to get the text and so forth. So please, make the best use of your time. Use your time wisely because we don't have a lot of it. Required materials, obviously, you must purchase the online textbook access code. Many of you have already done this. Thank you for going ahead with that. I appreciate it. The majority of the materials that you'll need are found on this online text. So essentially, there's 2 sides to the story. There's the e-learning side, and then there's the online textbook side. On the online text, this is where you have all of your assignments, the readings, the writing, the viewing and listening, the let's discuss discussion topics, and quizzes and exams. On the e-learning side, we have the discussion topics that are internal, just us, and then we have the description of the course sections, we have important links, we also have the course syllabus, and the all-important detailed course calendar, which you really need to really make use of. It's going to be an invaluable resource to you. Understand that our course is 100% online, and it is asynchronous, which means that we do not have any regularly scheduled in-person or virtual meeting times. You are responsible for logging on and in learning the material. Every time you log on to our e-learning site, to our online text, submit an assignment, participate in a discussion topic, communicate with me through email, this will be counted towards your attendance and participation in the course. I will be submitting your attendance weekly as though we were meeting like one day a week. So if I don't see you logging on at least once a week, I'm going to have to nudge you along a little bit, and believe me, I don't like to nudge. So if I don't see it happening, you're not going to be counted here. But if I do see an excessive amount where like 3 weeks go by, half of our semester, then yeah, you're going to have a problem with me. So please log on regularly and often, and always, always, always check that detailed course calendar. Grading. Your grade is solely dependent upon how much effort and participation you put into this course. Making an A is simple. Do the work, turn in the assignments on time, participate in the discussion topics, communicate with your professor, you're going to make an A. Okay, so hopefully that has clarified some things for you, and I do hope that you will avail yourself to many of these resources that are available to you. Following this little message, there's going to be a short video that kind of walks you through our e-learning site. I know many of you have already familiarized yourself with that, but it'll walk you through the e-learning site, some of the materials that are there for you, and also a little brief look at our online text. So just stick around, it's coming up next. Also, just so you know, my office, which is located in S Wing at the Delta main campus, is off limits right now because they're renovating S Wing. So I can't get into my office. So there won't be any personal one-on meetings with students this semester unless we do it virtually through Zoom, which I'm happy to do. So if it becomes necessary for us to have a one-on-one meeting, that's how it's going to have to take place. So likewise, I don't have access to my voicemail or to my office phone. So if you call my office and you leave a voicemail, I'm probably not going to get it until August. So please, best way to communicate with me is through email. All right, folks, I look forward to getting to know you. Do take part in that first discussion topic, introduction, so I can read up on you and find out a little bit about you. You can read mine, find out a little bit about me. And I look forward to learning more and more about you as we progress through the course. All right. As always, if you have any questions, please just shoot me an email. I look forward to hearing from you, folks. Take care, and we'll talk again soon. Okay, folks, let's take a little walk around our e-learning site. Once you log on to e-learning, you will come up to a page that looks very much like this. So if you click on, well, first of all, you'll see the courses that you are enrolled in. This is showing the courses that I am currently teaching for this semester. So once you click on the icon for our course, you'll be brought to a page that looks very much like this. And you can see here, this is our course's homepage. You can see the announcement, online textbook access code is now available. If you have not already purchased the online text, I know many of you have, But if you're still waiting, you need to do that as quickly as possible. Please remember this is a required text and you cannot successfully complete the course without it. Nevertheless, I wanted to point out a couple of things on this home page. For example, on the lower right hand side of the page, you see something called the calendar. Now this is a calendar. It is showing some things that are coming up, but please understand this is not the detailed course calendar that I was talking about. That is found under the Contents tab. So let's go to that right now. On the Contents tab, you can see all sorts of things available to you, namely the course syllabus, required materials, and so forth underneath that. But this detailed course calendar is what I want you to really pay close attention to. If you'll, let's take a look how this works, how this is laid out. You have the class number, you have the description of what's in the class or what the class is called. You have a start date, and then you have a finish date. You might note that there are also section headings. There's section 1, section 2, section 3, and so on. You might also note that I have taken the liberty of making the first 5 sections, excuse me, due on, let's go back, the first 6 sections, and I've made them due on May 30th. So those first 6 sections, so that would be classes 1 through 12, they're not going to be due until May 30th. Now you might also take a look that the midterm exam is the week of May 24th through May 30th. That's okay. It's not going to take you an entire week to do that exam, so it's okay to overlap some of this. Just understand that the first 12 classes, the first 6 sections, nothing is due until May 30th. So you do have some time to complete these assignments, the readings, the listening, the quizzes, and of course the first written assignment is due also on May 30th. So please avail yourself to this detailed course calendar. Come back and visit it often. This, again, I can't stress this enough. This tells you when things begin and when they are due. It's important that you understand that. You can also see that all of the sections are listed here for us on the Contents tab. For example, sections 1, 2, and 3. If you click on that, you can see they're broken down here for you. What they contain, when they start. So it starts May 11th and it's due May 23rd. So please, in actuality, we've actually changed that. It's going to be due May 30th. So obviously, go back, check on the detailed course calendar first, because I have made those changes, and those are going to be reflected here first. So always, always, always check the detailed course calendar. Other things that are available to us on the e-learning site will be the discussion topics that are not part of our online text. We're going to talk about our online text in just a moment. But if we go over here to the Activities tab and go under Discussions, you can see here's our first discussion. And many of you have already taken part, and I'm grateful that you have. Just to understand, this is where you would participate in our online discussions on D2L, e-learning. These are not the same as the Let's Discuss discussions that are going to be available to you on our online text. Okay, I hope this helps you kind of navigate your way around e-learning. Obviously, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. But again, always, always, always check out this detailed course calendar. Come back to it often. All right, now let's take a look at our online text. Okay, folks, let's take a look at our online text now. And like many things, we would simply access this online text through our D2L site. So once you have logged on to our Jazz History D2L site, click on the Contents tab and scroll down to the online textbook link, and this is what you're going to see. And you click on that link and that will open up our online text for you. So as you can see, everything is laid out just like it is on D2L, except that this is the actual textbook. So you can see all the sections and classes all laid out for you here, all the way through to class number 29, which is in the final section of 14. And of course, things like the final exam and the midterm are also accessed through our online text. Let's just take a look at some tools or some interesting facets about your online text. For example, you can go to the introduction, you can read through this. This gives you a breakdown of all the sections and what's here. You can also advance, and let me just a little bit of navigation around our online text. Anytime you see one of these circles with an arrow in it, that is telling you you can advance to the next page or go back a page. This also brings you up to the top if there is one. So if you scroll down to the very bottom of a page, you can click that. That takes you all the way to the top. There is also this dashboard. If you click on this link right here, right next to the word dashboard, this brings you directly to that first page of our online text. But let's talk a little bit about this first section. If we click on that and click on the introduction, notice how we have some different things going on here. First of all, we have a little video that we can watch.
Welcome to On Music Jazz. Although this course does not expect you to learn to read or play music or require previous music experience, basic familiarity with music fundamentals and essential jazz concepts will most likely give you a good head start and enhance your learning experience. With that in mind, this section presents a broad...
So as you can tell, all that is doing is just simply reading what is in this introduction. But if it helps you to hear that, absolutely, go ahead and do it. You also have something called a Discover Video. Now you'll note that this is simply a YouTube vid. This is nothing new, nothing that is out of the ordinary, but we can watch a little bit of it.
With all these obstacles and all the difficult things we go through in life, music is there to help. Well, I'm just getting rolling now. Don't make it the final question. Come on, let's go.
Hi, I'm Brett Premack. Welcome to Sonny Speaks, an ongoing documentary series celebrating the 80th birthday of the...
So this is a great little tool. Note that these are really nothing more than YouTube vids, but I encourage you to avail yourself to these wonderful resources that are found on your online text. Let's just kind of keep going to the next page. Here we have a description of the piano keyboard. It's not that we're wanting you to learn how to play the piano, but this is giving you some basic music elements that will help you understand how jazz works. And one of the things I wanted to point out to you was that you also have interactive tools here. For example, you can click on this thing called Show Me, and it will demonstrate for you exactly what it's talking about. You might also note that you can play these yourself. It's kind of cool. And the same is true anytime you see a Show Me button. You also have a little virtual keyboard here that you can play around with if you wish. half steps and whole steps for you. You also have, anytime you see something that has a little speaker on it, this is giving you the opportunity to hear these things. And once again, here's another keyboard that you can play around with. This is showing you things like accidentals and something called enharmonics. If we keep advancing to the next page, again, this entire first section is about the piano keyboard, and again, it's not to try to intimidate you, but to give you the opportunity to understand how music is put together and how it is employed by jazz, because the same music that is played in classical circles is also utilizing the same techniques and compositional and theoretical and musical mechanical things is also used in jazz. So please avail yourself to these wonderful tools. Let's take a look at this clefs. Notice how it's showing you how the clefs are organized by staff, and you are able to scroll through these different clefs, such as the treble, bass, alto, and the tenor clef. Okay, so again, wonderful tools. Take the time to avail yourself to these tools. Now, you do have lectures available to you, video lectures or audio lectures. You can also listen to music, and of course there are videos, and there are things like artist profiles. If you go to the listen to the lecture,
Pitch. The placement of notes on the staff indicates pitch. The higher up that the note is placed on the staff, the higher its pitch will be. Conversely, the lower a note is placed, the lower its pitch will be. As the above exercise demonstrates, each line and space on the staff corresponds directly to a pitch, and therefore to a key on the keyboard. Try it for yourself. Click on the lines and spaces of the grand staff, or on the keys of the piano keyboard to see the one-to-one correlation.
So you can see here that this is merely reading for you what is already in front of you. And I don't want to insult anyone's intelligence. Obviously, you can read for yourself, but just note that this tool is available for your use. Okay, then we get into something called rhythm, and this is giving you some wonderful demonstrations of rhythmic patterns that are going to be found and used throughout jazz. So I can't stress enough, folks, avail yourself to these wonderful tools. Again, if you want to get back to the very first page, click on that little link right next to the word dashboard, and it brings you right back here. So let's go to this section, or excuse me, class 3, where it's asking the question, what is jazz? So we have these subtopics, essential features. Notice, again, I could click on listen to a lecture. It would just simply read this. You also have something called a test yourself icon. Now it's asking a question. Which of the following is not an element that contributes to the swing feeling in jazz? It says straight eighth notes, syncopation, frequent polyrhythms, or accents on a note somewhere unexpected off the main beat. Well, I happen to know the answer to this question would be straight eighth notes. And there we go, we got correct. And we could continue on. A swing eighth note differs from a straight eighth note in that their durations are different. A swing eighth note, unlike a straight eighth note, is improvised. Polyrhythms make use of swing eighth notes, but not straight eighth notes. 2 straight eighth notes make up a quarter note, but 2 swing eighth notes do not. Well, again, I'm going to say that it's their durations that are different, and of course that is correct, but I'm the prof, so I know these answers already. Okay, folks, so again, this is a simple little look at navigating around our online text. And once again, if you need to have anything clarified, please feel free to email me. All of these sections are right here before you. Some of them will not be open just yet because we are going according to our detailed course calendar. So, one more time, if you have any questions regarding our online text or our D2L site, please just shoot me an email and I will do my very best to find answers for you. Okay, we'll talk again soon.